What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. We are back from the Amish country store, right? And I want to show you what I got. The place is amazing. We did have a little bit of a fail. We had to go to a second place that was clear across town, but I ended up getting what I went there for, and we got some other treats in the house as well. So join me. Let's take a look at what we got at the Amish country market. So I needed to get some soft white wheat because I have some hard white wheat and that is great for bread making, but I wanted some soft white wheat so we could use that to make pastry and cake and all that fun stuff. So we headed off to the place that I know where I can get that, right? It's kind of difficult if you're starting to get into milling your own flour with a grain mill. It's sometimes difficult to get a hold of the wheat berries. You can get a hold of flour all day long, but you really have to go to specialty type places to get the wheat. Well, we can get it at a local store, but really the only thing they carry is hard white wheat. That's basically what they carry. They carry the wheat Montana, which is great. It's great for bread making. It's fantastic. That's the core of what you need when you're starting to grind your own flour in a grain mill. As you know, with wine making, there are nuances to flavors in bread. So as you develop your skills and as you move along using a grain mill, you're going to want to play around with different varieties of wheat. And there's a lot of options out there. There's tons. There's modern grains. There's ancient grains. You can mill them and bake with them primarily, or you can mix them like you do wine, right? So I want to move into some other types of wheat. I want to have different types of wheat available so I can start mixing and playing with my formulas. And so like we've said in the past, the hard wheats are for strong flours, more protein, more gluten. They go towards bread making. The soft wheats go towards AP, pastry, and cake flour. You get that nice, soft, low protein flour. So that's what you want. So I've had hard white wheat. I needed some soft white wheat. That's where we went there. So we have one place that we used to go to. It's across in another state. It has the bakery and the cakes and the candy and the bulk goods, right? They have another store that's somewhat closer to us that I had never been to. So I said, let's go to that one. I was assuming that it's exactly the same. So if you take a look at our trip to the Amish markets, I'll put a link up here and in the description. You will see what we went through, because when we got there, they had all these goodies, but they had very limited bulk goods. So we jumped in the car, drove clear across the world, right, to another store that I've been to a lot, where I know they have more bulk foods, and we ended up getting the wheat that I needed. So let's first take a look at all the other goodies I got, and then I'll show you the wheat. Okay, if you've ever been to an Amish store, you know that the baked goods are unbelievable. So just expect to come out with a bunch of stuff. And we said, you can't just go in there and get one thing. You end up with all these treats and you're like, how are we going to eat all these, right? I hope that, if you have like kids or something, they would definitely enjoy that. So we got a lemon blueberry bread, right?
I don't know how we got that.
We got a lemon pound cake with this beautiful looking glaze on it. We got some old-fashioned crumb cakes that had 3 of them and one of them got hit already. We got some sticky buns. You cannot go to an Amish store without getting sticky buns. And we got the classic whoopie pie, which look, some of them disappeared in here. These are pumpkin whoopie pies. So we're going to give these a taste test because you're going to say, Amy, how can you eat this with this cream in the middle? Look at that. So basically whoopie pie is what looks like a little cookie cake, which is more like cake, and it has this cream filling. And you're saying you're allergic to dairy. How can you eat these? This is made out of a marshmallow base cream, so there's no dairy in it. The pumpkin version of theirs doesn't have any dairy in it. We talked to the lady over and over. She went back and looked at the recipe. There's no dairy in the pumpkin, and there's no, my mouth is watering. There's no dairy in the marshmallow filling.
Boo-boo, your mouth is watering. Fix the problem now. Thank you.
We're going to taste this. This is a pumpkin whoopie pie. If you've never had a whoopie pie, I'm going to try to make these. So it's basically this little cakes, 2 little cakes. And they started making these because the Amish women wanted to give their husbands cake in their lunch, but they couldn't because it would just be a mess. So they just took a cake and turned it inside out. So they put what they would have put on the top, they put it on the inside.
I approve.
It's like a really soft pumpkin cake. These are fantastic. So these come in like chocolate,
velvet cake,
lemon, whoopie pie. I'm going to try to make this. It feels weird eating this.
No, it doesn't. It feels pretty good to me.
Because I think it's like, isn't milk, but it's a marshmallow. It doesn't taste too much like marshmallow.
I don't know. It just tastes good.
It's delicious. Oops, I totally forgot in the baked goods, I got some bagels, homemade bagels from the Dutch market. Okay, so some of the groceries I got. I got this watermelon jam. Eric picked this out. I've never had watermelon jam before, so we'll be trying that. I also got this apple pie jam. This looks pretty amazing. I wonder if it's like apple butter or something.
Put some on the
What
bagel.
makes it an apple pie jam? Is there a crust? I'm not even going to ask what these are, Eric.
Well, those are for donuts, but they also conveniently taste pretty tasty.
Apple pie filling? $5 for this? You could just buy cans of apple pie filling.
Yeah, but that's actually a lot. That's actually a bargain.
I got some Sedge's chicken rub. I think I've had this before. And I got some Weaver's Dutch Country Seasoning chicken dust. Chicken dust. Interesting. I got some seasoning spices here. This is a box of cinnamon sticks. Look at that. Seriously, cinnamon sticks. This was $0.39 a pound. It was $7. But look at all that cinnamon in there. Right? I got some smoked paprika. I got some ground chipotle pepper. Okay. And I got a big thing of honey. This is sort of local honey to us. So I buy this. This is a 80-ounce bottle. I got a thing of gourmet white sanding sugar. I bought this from Target. It's kind of hard to get sanding sugar that's really, really coarse, and that's what this is. It was pretty expensive. It was like $11.49 a pound. That's kind of crazy. But I have trouble finding stuff that's like really coarse. So they gave me a bunch. So let's start with the wheat. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, so I picked up a couple ancient grains. This is Kamut, organic Kamut. I use this, I sort of mix this with other things. I don't usually use like an entirely Kamut flour, but I want to try this out. This is an ancient grain, and it's organic.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, so I bought 3 of these. 2 are going to my friend Debbie, and 1 is for me. So these are 2 bags. These are going to Debbie. I only got myself 1 because I figured I want to start small with this, right?
Kamut's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap. It's like,
It was over $100 for a 50-pound bag.
yeah, it's $2.59 a pound. It's expensive. Along with that, I got some Spelt. I got 2 bags of Spelt. 1 is going to my friend, and 1 is staying here with me. They had this also in a 50-pound sack. This is $2.99 a pound. It is an ancient grain, and I didn't want to buy 50 pounds until I know like I'm going to use this all the time. I'm probably just going to blend this in with other stuff. So 1 of these are 7 pounds. This is 6.5. 1 of these are going to Debbie, and 1 is staying here with me. I did give myself 1 bag of self-rising flour because I use this sometimes. So I got this for myself. This was $1.89 a pound. So this is like bleached flour. This is going to be really soft. It's going to be like biscuit flour. So I got this 50-pound sack of Wheat Montana hard red wheat. This was about $41-ish. So this is like $41. This is hard red wheat. Like I said, hard wheat is used for breads. They do have hard white wheat, which is a lot milder. Hard red wheat is more nutty. It's stronger. So this is about as strong as you're going to get, right?
If you order online, they say free shipping.
But it's like $130 a bag, right? We got it $40 and we drove to get it, right? And this right here is Natural Whey Mills. It's USA organic, non-GMO. This is soft white wheat. This is a 50-pound sack. So I'm splitting these with Debbie. We're both getting 25 pounds of it. Eventually, when I go through that, then I'll go out and buy my own full bag of this. I didn't want a full bag of this because I use this for blending, and I don't think I need, because I have the hard white. I might do 25% hard red. This is the soft wheat. This is soft white. And as I go through my 25 pounds, this is what I'm going to be using for cakes and pastries and that kind of stuff. As I go through this bag, I will then get a full-on 50-pound sack for myself. But I'm just starting, right?
We would need another dog pound and everything.
Yeah, I got to figure out, because I don't have any more little vaults. So I have to figure out how I'm going to store this.
Throw it in the freezer.
Yeah, I might bag it, store it in the freezer, and then...
Because if you don't, you know what it's going to invite. I'll give you a little hint. They got little feet.
I will take some out and store it in the pantry, a small amount, maybe 4 pounds, something like that, and then use that from the freezer. So that's what I'm going to do. I finally got my soft white wheat. So this is a place that I can get it. I'm happy about that. I finally found a place that I can get it. Awesome, right? At the second Amish market that we went to. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this. I am on a process of learning how to mill my own grains and make the bread. I have done a little bit of it. I didn't make a hockey puck, so I guess that's pretty good, right? I don't want to share a recipe with you until I get it perfected the way I want it, so it is coming.
So maybe when Debbie comes over to get her portion, she can show us how to use it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to grind the grain and I know how to make the bread. I need to practice. And that's what cooking is all about, is practicing. That's how you learn. The only way you're going to get there is by practicing. So do it. Buy yourself a 50-pound sack of flour and start hammering out, right? So I hope you have a great Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. And I'm I'm going to have to spend the next day or so keeping Eric away from that Amish baked goods. Have a good one.